And basically what I noticed is the latest few years, me and others were kind of trying to look into how to help companies with AI transformation, because I've been working on large enterprise customers with AI projects since even before ChatGPT. And when ChatGPT came,
Really?
and a few years later, we got the ChatGPT moment. And I think everyone who had worked with something like this were more amazed than the general public, because we knew that this is really faster development than we thought. And since then, I think I've been frustrated with how slow things are moving with the rollouts, because now we got this.
So currently, what do you think now is, the current state of ChatGPT? Is it now a very much better version, and how it becomes better now?
Yeah, so what I like with ChatGPT right now, apart from deep research, which is my favorite functionality, just being able to task it to go and research something and get the report, and it's really useful for learning and for teaching. But what I like is that and if we look at OpenAI and their strategy, my perspective is that they, more than anyone, but now Google as well, they try to capture all of the use cases and have this one universal app that can do anything. It can generate pictures, it can talk with you, it can search your company knowledge, and so on. And I would say that that's the main strength right now, is that you can actually have one interface where you have one continuous conversation. You do some research, you do some instructions, you work with it, then you take some of that and you generate a picture. So when you want to improve something drastically, then you need to look at the full picture. And I think that no one is really doing this for AI, meaning that we are only going to see limited benefits. Now we're talking large companies. We're going to see that someone can use tools and get some help in specific tasks. In coding, this is the most helpful, because it's really easy for an individual developer to just shift. They use Claude Code, for example, or Copilot, and they can increase their output. But even then, we're just scratching on the surface, because what you would like to do is that you would want everyone to think about how they are producing their output in a way that helps their colleagues in the next step, and so on. So, for example, I would predict that we are going to get new roles within companies that have to do with this kind of knowledge transfer between different persons, different teams, and their LLMs. Like, how is this knowledge flow that we are generating in the company, how is it supporting our processes? And should we work in another way to basically optimize how we use AI? And I would say this is the biggest challenge. And I don't think that anyone is anyone. A lot of companies are going to have issues with this, because once you start to transform a little bit and you start to want to change, then you're going to unravel the entire foundation of the company. And this type of project is painful as it is. Now you add AI on top of that, which is a technology that people are unfamiliar with, and it's a little bit scary because you might lose your job, and it's also unknown. So it's, from a technological perspective, it's difficult to implement because you can't test it exactly every time. The project will be difficult. So a lot of companies, once they're moving into this AI transformation, are going to face huge challenges if they don't do it correctly. People are going to struggle, they're going to resist. We're going to have